Hi, my name is Kevin Snyder, and I'm an estate and elder law attorney here in Irvine, California. And I really want to talk to you today about something serious, and that's planning for your funeral. Now, I know that's not something you really want to hear about or talk about in your free time, or you're at home now watching this on your phone, or you're seeing it at your computer at a lunch break or what have you. And the last thing you want to do is talk about something unhappy or unpleasant. We're humans, and I get it. In our free time, we want to be happy. We're dealing with the stress of life, and the last thing that we want is to compound it with things that make us unhappy, like thinking about not being alive or thinking about the sadness of our loved ones. But I strongly encourage you to think about the power in planning for your funeral. Now, this is something I do every day. I get it. I'm an estate planning attorney. I talk to clients every day about the importance of planning in general, and planning to protect not just financial assets, but also protecting their legacy and protecting their loved ones and the love that they have for them in a variety of different ways. And one way that you can do that is making sure that you have your affairs in order, including funeral arrangements and your memorial services. And passing that on to your family is a great gift. But I do talk about that with clients every day, so why is it on my mind today? Well, I'll tell you, I had an opportunity to have a phone call with a friend last week, and sadly his mom had recently passed away, and I was talking to him on the day of the funeral. And he's up back on the East Coast where his mom had passed away in Massachusetts, and so I was calling him to let him know that he was in my thoughts and sending him and his family some love and prayers. And he took some time and said, "You know what, Kevin, I need to share this with you because you'll appreciate this in your line of work." He said, "My mom had everything planned out all the way up and through the end." He said, "We didn't know that. When I got out here last week, I started to talk to my brother about making arrangements, and we realized that she had everything done. We contacted the funeral home, and they said, 'Oh, your mom had everything planned out, from who to invite to how the service was going to go, where it was going to be, to the flower arrangements, down to the fact that she wanted a closed casket, and everything had already been paid for in advance.' And so they literally had to do absolutely nothing other than focus on their mom. And he told me that it was such a gift to be able to take that time with his brother and their other family members and really grieve and remember both in sadness and happiness of their mom, and take that time instead of planning an event and the stress that goes along with that. In addition, he told me that it was, when talking to his brother, they realized they would have gotten some of the decisions wrong in planning for her funeral. That things that they would have decided were not what she ultimately wanted in the end. An example of that was the open casket. They would have assumed that she wanted the open casket, but she didn't. She wanted a closed casket. And they were so thankful that they were able to get it right and truly honor their mother's wishes because she had laid it out for them and made it very clear. So at the end of the day, it was a twofold gift. Their mom, was able to allow them the opportunity to really honor her and her life, and also give them the time to truly grieve without the stress and angst of planning an event, which sometimes, as we all know, those of us who have had family members who've passed away and gone through planning a funeral, in those times of grief, feelings are heightened, things come out. There's a lot of chances for friction in family when there's sadness, particularly if it was a crisis event. And the last thing that we want to do is sour a memory of a loved one because we're fighting with family members because we think we know best, they think they know best about how things should go. So I encourage all of you to take from this phone call I had with my friend, this experience, and I really challenge you to sit down and just start by writing out some instructions, some basic things. Who would you want there? What would you want them to do, to say? What were your hopes would be for your family members? That's a great place to start. I don't expect you to walk on down to the funeral home tomorrow and get this all buttoned up. If you do, great, that's wonderful. Kudos to you and bravo. I know we have to start somewhere, so why don't you just start small and take incremental changes? As my grandparents said, small steps. Little by little, you'll get it done. And so if we take that small step of just simply sitting there and thinking about what honestly do we want to have happen, I think that you'll be taking a great first step. And that's a step towards protecting your family and your loved ones. Because estate planning is not just about protecting finances. It's not just about avoiding taxes and probate. That's a part of it. We're providing for a financial future for our family. But why are you actually doing it? When you get down and think about it, the reason why you're actually doing that is because you have an immense love for your family, and you're trying to preserve that love and pass that on. In doing your planning and keeping that in mind, this is what we call a legacy gift. Planning for your funeral is a legacy gift that you're able to pass down. Because at the end of the day, your family's not going to remember how much you left them, how much you put in their bank account. They're going to remember the experiences that you left them, both in life, and here you have an opportunity in death. The wonderful experience. My friend is never going to forget that gift that his mom gave him in planning for the funeral. And you have an opportunity to do that too. So, I wish you much luck on your task at hand, and get out there and start thinking about these things. I know it's not something you want to think about, but a lot of things in life, the good things are the hard things. So wish you luck, and I'll be talking to you soon. Take care.